Years after Sylvester Stallone had cemented his place in Hollywood with the Rocky franchise, he found himself reflecting on the rocky path that led him to success. Fame and fortune were now part of his daily life, but the memories of his struggles before stardom were still vivid. One evening, as he was taking a late-night stroll through the quieter streets of Los Angeles, trying to escape the pressures of Hollywood life, he noticed a woman sitting alone on the sidewalk. She wasn't panhandling or calling for attention. Instead, she sat quietly, her eyes fixed on the cracked pavement as if the weight of the world rested on her shoulders. Stallone felt an odd connection to her. He remembered his own struggles vividly, how he had slept in bus stations, sold his beloved dog, Butkus, just to afford food, and faced rejection after rejection from casting agents. Approaching her, he started a casual conversation. Her name was Lisa. She'd come to L.A. years ago with dreams of becoming an actress. For a while, it seemed like she was on the right path, auditioning for small roles, working odd jobs to make ends meet. But life took unexpected turns. A series of failed auditions, a toxic relationship that left her emotionally and financially drained, and eventually, she found herself homeless. She had no family to turn to, no friends left to call. Stallone listened intently. He didn't just hear her words. He felt her pain, recognizing the despair of dreams slipping through your fingers. But he also saw a spark in her, the same one he'd seen in himself when he was down and out. He offered to buy her dinner, and though hesitant at first, Lisa agreed. Over the meal, Stallone shared his own story, how he'd written Rocky in 3 days and refused to sell the script unless he could star in it, despite being nearly penniless. As they talked, Stallone realized Lisa was not just another struggling actor. She was someone who had faced the harshest realities, yet still held on to a fragment of hope. Inspired by their conversation, Stallone decided to do more than just offer temporary help. He invited Lisa to a small role in an indie film project he was producing. She thought he was joking at first. After all, who gets a break like that from a stranger? But Stallone was serious. He arranged for her to clean up, got her new clothes, and provided a safe place to stay. On set, Lisa was nervous but determined. The cast and crew were welcoming, and she found herself rediscovering the passion she thought she'd lost. The role wasn't big enough to catapult her to stardom, but it was enough to reignite her confidence. With the money she earned, Lisa was able to get back on her feet. She started working behind the scenes in the film industry, learning the ropes from a different perspective. She discovered she had a knack for storytelling, not just in front of the camera, but behind it. Over the years, she climbed her way up, eventually starting her own small production company focused on stories about resilience and second chances. Lisa's journey wasn't without setbacks. There were times she doubted herself, times when financial struggles threatened to pull her back into despair. But she remembered Stallone's words and his unwavering belief in her potential. Each challenge became a stepping stone, each failure a lesson. She surrounded herself with people who believed in her vision, and slowly her company began to gain recognition. Years later, Stallone attended a charity gala supporting homeless initiatives in L.A. The event was filled with celebrities, philanthropists, and activists, all gathered to support a cause close to Stallone's heart. As he mingled with the crowd, a well-dressed woman approached him with a warm smile. It took him a moment to recognize her. It was Lisa. She looked radiant, successful, and full of life. She thanked him for believing in her when she had nothing and no one. But Stallone simply smiled and said, "You saved yourself. I just reminded you that you could." Lisa's company went on to produce several documentaries highlighting the struggles and triumphs of homeless individuals. Each film told a unique story, shedding light on the often overlooked lives of those living on the streets. She became a prominent advocate for homeless rights, using her platform to inspire and uplift those who had lost hope. Her story became a testament to the idea that sometimes all it takes is one person believing in you to change the course of your life. One of her documentaries, Shadows of the Street, gained international acclaim, winning awards at major film festivals. The film didn't just tell stories, it moved people to action. Donations poured in, and organizations dedicated to helping the homeless saw an increase in volunteers. Lisa's work created a ripple effect, inspiring others to take initiative in their communities. The twist? Lisa didn't just pay it forward, she created a movement. Many of the people she helped went on to help others, creating a network of support and inspiration that spanned far beyond what Stallone could have imagined that quiet night on the street. She established the Second Chance Foundation, an organization dedicated to providing resources and opportunities for homeless individuals to rebuild their lives. The foundation offered job training, counseling, and housing assistance, transforming countless lives. And every time Stallone thought about his own journey, he realized that the true measure of success wasn't just about personal achievements, but about lifting others up along the way. He continued to support Lisa's initiatives, often speaking at her events and using his influence to garner more support. Years later, Stallone was interviewed about his legacy. The interviewer expected him to talk about Rocky or his other films, but instead he spoke about Lisa. "Success isn't just about what you achieve," he said. "It's about what you inspire in others. Lisa's story is my proudest achievement." Lisa's story isn't just about kindness. It's about the power of second chances, the resilience of the human spirit, and how one small act of faith can ripple through lives in ways you'd never expect. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest impact we have is not in the roles we play or the accolades we receive, but in the lives we touch and the hope we ignite in others.